My name is Thomas. I'm 37 years old. Before all of this, I was a rational man, the type who always found a logical explanation for strange things. But what my wife, Emily, and I went through taught me a lesson. There are forces out there we cannot see or understand, forces that can shatter your mind. It all began when we bought this old, isolated house in the countryside, a beautiful stone building with a huge yard. The price was surprisingly low, but at the time, we didn't think much of it. We wanted change, nature, peace. At first, everything was perfect. We were renovating, making plans, dreaming. But after a few weeks, small unsettling details started to emerge. Strange noises at night, footsteps, distant whispers, creaks we couldn't explain. I tried to reassure Emily, saying it was just an old house, totally normal. But deep down, I felt something was wrong. Then things escalated. Objects would disappear or turn up in strange places. Doors slammed shut on their own. At night, Emily would wake up screaming, drenched in sweat. She spoke of a woman with a pale face and pitch-black eyes who would lean over her, whispering her name. Her face grew more hollow every day. She barely slept. I was scared for her, but soon, I began seeing it too. One night, thinking we'd finally catch a break, I saw it clearly. A woman in an old-fashioned dress, standing still at the foot of our bed, staring. Her gaze pierced right through me. I jumped out of bed, but when I turned on the light, she was gone. That night I knew we could no longer deny it. I thought of Karim, a good friend of mine, a devout Muslim. When I told him what was happening, he immediately mentioned a Jinn, an invisible entity, sometimes malevolent, that attaches itself to places or people. Karim agreed to come over, but the moment he stepped inside, his face darkened. "Something is lurking here," he said, "and it's no ordinary spirit." He began reciting verses from the Quran out loud, walking through the house with a bottle of blessed water. The air quickly changed, thick, heavy, suffocating. Strange creaks echoed through the walls. Then suddenly, a loud crash, a chair hurled across the room. Emily collapsed to the floor, sobbing and shaking uncontrollably. Karim didn't stop. His voice grew louder, pouring blessed water in every corner. And then, Emily started speaking, but it wasn't her voice. It was deep, guttural, in a language I didn't understand. My blood froze. Karim, however, remained calm and steady, his voice unwavering. That's when I noticed something. The dark silhouette, the thing that had terrorized us for weeks, was backing away from Karim, as if his very presence, his faith, and his words were burning it. The Jinn was afraid of the Quran, afraid of Karim's faith. As Karim kept reciting, Emily began to cry softly, as if a huge weight was lifting. Slowly, the darkness seemed to fade. When it was finally over, Karim looked at me, exhausted but serious. The Jinn knows it can't withstand Allah's words. That's why it fled. But it's dangerous. You disturbed something that was sealed. It may try to return if you let your guard down. That's when Emily remembered something. A few days after we moved in, she had found an old box hidden in the attic. Out of curiosity, she opened it. Inside were locks of hair, bits of bone, and a paper covered in strange symbols. Not understanding what it was, she threw it all away. Karim's face turned pale. That was a protective seal. You unknowingly broke it. Following his advice, we gathered what was left of the box, buried it with proper prayers, and did everything Karim told us. Regular purification, protective prayers, and constant vigilance. Since that night, the house has been eerily calm, but sometimes late at night, I still wake up with the chilling feeling that something is watching me. And in the deepest silence, I swear I can still hear that whisper. I will return when your faith weakens. And every time, I remember that night when I saw evil itself recoil in fear of sacred words.
All stories presented in this video are fictional and created purely for entertainment purposes. Any resemblance to real events or actual persons is purely coincidental. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new stories. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment to share your thoughts or suggest the type, theme, or style of videos you'd like to see next.